Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you all know, this is Netra from Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. Today, I'm back with a new topic which is related to waste management. Um, yeah, Today I am explaining the major three concepts which are like a sanitary landfills, landfill gas emission, leachate formation of waste disposal. Okay, First, what is a sanitary landfill? We have to know the definition. Yeah, sanitary landfill. It is a fully engineered disposal option in that the selected location or a wasteland is carefully engineered in advance before it is produced into a services, which means it's a method of disposing a solid waste on a land in a manner that it protects the environment by spreading waste in a very thin layer. So, the waste disposal is suitable when the land is available at affordable prices and also adapted workforce is needed and the technical resources are available to operate and manage the site. So, they are carefully designed and managed to prevent the pollution and also protect the public health. So, sanitary landfills are the most common method of waste disposing in many countries and also in India. So, the next is key components of sanitary landfill. There are majorly three components which are like bottom line system, daily cover, and a landfill gas collection system. Bottom line systems means it is used to prevent a leachate from contaminated groundwater. Yeah. The next is control odors, prevents litter, and control the release of gases. And a landfill gas emission system is collects and treats the land gas emission. And next is landfill gas emission. Before going to a landfill emission, there are majorly four minimum requirements you need to consider for a sanitary landfills. They are full or partial hydrological isolation, formal engineering preparation, permanent control, land waste emplacement, and covering. These are the four minimum requirements we need to consider for a sanitary landfills. And next topic is landfill gas emission. Yeah, landfill gas emission is produced by the decomposition of organic waste in a landfill, which means it contains a high percentage of methane due to anaerobic decomposition of organic matter, which can be utilized as a source of energy. And main components of a landfill gas emissions are methane and a carbon dioxide. During the process of landfill gas emission, many gases are evolved. In that, methane and carbon dioxide plays a very major role. And a landfill gas emission contributes to a climate changes and air pollution, if not probably managed. So we have to treat a waste in very proper way as it affects our environment and also our human health. So let us discuss at what amount, what are the gases which are produced and what are the environmental impacts of landfill gas emission. Firstly, methane. Methane, it's a potent greenhouse gases which contributes to a global warming. So, the methane is a colorless, odorless, and a flammable gas with a density lighter than air. Typically, in the solid waste, more than 50 to 60% of a landfill gas which produces a methane. Next is carbon dioxide. This is obviously a colorless and also odorless and non-flammable gases. And it is also denser than a air. Typically, it produces more than 30 to 40% of amount in a waste. And except methane and the carbon dioxide, there are some more gases which are produced, namely oxygen, nitrogen, and oxygen. It's the flammability of methane. Depending on the percentage of oxygen, it's like depending on the percentage of oxygen, the methane gas is going to produce, and it's that flammability. And it is therefore important to control the oxygen level where gas abstraction is undertaken. And the next is a nitrogen gas. It is a very hazardous gas, and also it is essentially inert, and it will be little effect except to modify that explosively range of methane. And Carbon dioxide is also one more another greenhouse gases which also contributes to climate changes. And landfill gas emission can also contain hazardous air pollutants which poses health risks. And next is landfill gas management techniques. What are the techniques which are taken to process during a landfill gas emission managements like landfill gas can be collected and treated to reduce the emissions of gases. And also, landfill gas can be used for energy generation, reduces reliance of fossil fuels. Proper gas management helps migrate climate changes and reduces the air pollution, which means the many gases which are produced like methane, carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen, they are collected in a manner that in the sanitary landfill, there are pipelines which are given. Through that pipelines, the gas which are passed and collected in one container or in a one particular tank, so that in the tank some filtrations or some chemical process undertaken, and then they convert that chemical or harmful gases into a useful products, like they produce the electricity through that gases, and then they supply to that electricity to a nearby areas with nearby house, um, in a proper way. And yeah, these are the pictures that the pipelines which are made through a sanitary landfill. Here, the second picture shows that how they arranged waste sanitary fills in a very thin layer. So they make a pipeline connection. Through that pipeline connections, the gas which are passed and collected in a big container, and in that there are some filtrations occur. Though the waste gases which are converted into a useful products as like electricity. And next is the environmental impacts of wait. Yeah. Formation of leachate. Leachate. What is meaning of leachate? Leachate is formed when a rainwater or other liquids come in contact with the waste. Um, waste. It's like it can be polluted both the ground and the surface water supply composition and property. There are many composition and properties such as water availability, landfill surface conditions, refuse state, condition of surrounding state. Leachate is defined as any contaminated liquid that is generated from a water relocated to a solid waste disposal site. Though leachate, it contains a dissolved and suspended materials from the waste. As the waste are compacted or chemically reacts, bound water is released into a leachate. Because of absence of barrier beneath the waste disposal sites, the leachate can be migrate and contaminated on the surface and underwater. So it produces a strong bad odor. It means leachate, which is from what is leachate means actually the sanitary landfills. If the rainwaters which combine with the waste which is generated, it produces a very bad odor and also a liquid. That waste liquid is called as a leachate. So what are the effects which are caused by the leachates like environmental impacts means a leachate can contaminate the drinking water sources and harms the aquatic ecosystem. It means if that waste leachate is released into any drinking water sources or any sea or river, it impacts to the aquatic ecosystem, and it also affects the health of a human beings and also environment. It can release the harmful substances such as heavy metals and organic compounds. In that leachates, heavy metals which are consisting like the with consisting of a mixture of flammable, asperic and noxious gases which may be hazardous to a human health. So hence they need to precautions some of the major hazards. The major hazards which are created through these leachates like explosion and fire, traces components, those are all the impacts or those are all the hazards which are created by the leachate. It impacts your groundwater contamination, surface water pollution. odors, uncertainties. Uh, through the bad odors, it causes many health issues like nausea, breathing problems. Indirectly, it affects the human immune system and also environmental. So it's a major thing, so that we have to treat it in a very proper way. What are the ways to collect the leachate and the treatments? Like leachate collection systems are designed to capture and redirect leachate for treatment. So treatment process includes a physical, chemical, and biological method. It's like this is how they collect the leachate from the waste. As I said, in a sanitary landfill, there are some pipelines which are made to collect the gases which are produced through that. In the same way, some more pipelines are made to collect the waste leachate, so that in that pipeline, the leachates are flow and collected in one free area. This is what I am showing a leachate. So, in this leachate, these leachates are chemically, physically, and biologically treated, and they give a treatment to that process. And then they converted that leachate, it means a harmful liquid, into a useful products, and then they then dispose it in a very proper way. Effective leachate treatment ensures that contaminants are removed before it discharges. Before it discharged to any sea or water bodies, they are treated in a very proper way, and they remove the chemical or harmful materials, harmful components in that, and then they dispose it in a very protective way. And finally, the conclusion, which I select the three topic, which are sanitary gas, landfill gas emission, and leachate formation. These are the very three important aspects of waste disposal, and a proper management of these components is crucial to protect the environmental and also public health. Continued research and innovations are needed to improve the waste disposal practices and minimize the environmental impact, so that as a Indian, as a human, it's our responsibility to create or to reduce the waste which is created day by day. So as much as possible, please avoid or please try to reduce the waste which are generated in our house, like domestic kitchen waste, paper waste, dry wet waste, so that it protect our environment from many hazards, like as I said, the sanitary landfill, and it protects the environment and also human health. So this is my topic. So with this, I'm ending up my section. Thank you for watching, and whoever not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Please support me, and please like all my upcoming videos. Thank you.